trying to understand Aruna Prashna. Really, it is hard, but it is prose, and it is one to be practiced in the forest. Aranyedhita, that's what it is like. So in forest, we have got to repeat it. ఇంకా కిందకి పైకి పై ఇంకా పైకి పైన ఇంకా పైన కదా డౌన్ డౌన్ యా ఐ థింక్ వీఆర్ హియర్ నో మీకు తెలుసా అండి ఎక్కడ స్టాప్ చేసాము
ఇక్కడే అనుకున్నా 113
ఓకే 130
అదే అంటే 6th లాస్ట్ అమృతం ఆపహ
యా ఓకే అమృతం వా ఆపహ అమృతమేవామృతస్యాంతరిత్యై ఎస్ నీళ్ళ గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం చదవండి ఒకసారి ప్లీజ్ కీప్ రిపీటింగ్ అమృతం వా ఆపహ అక్కడి నుంచి
అమృతం వా ఆపహ అమృతస్యానంతరిక్షై నాప్సుమూత్రపురీషం కుర్యాత్ న నిష్ఠీవేత్ న వివసనస్నాయాత్ గుహ్యో వా ఏషోऽగ్ని ఏతస్యాగ్నేరనతి దహాయ న పుష్కరపర్ణాని హిరణ్యం వాధితిస్థేతు ఏతస్యాగ్నేరనభారోహాయః ఏతస్యాగ్నేరనభ్యారోహయః
నేను చెప్తాను సరిపడి ఓం అమృతం వా ఆపహ
ఓం అమృతం వా ఆపహ
ఓం అమృతం రెండు సార్లు చెప్పండి ఓం అమృతం వా ఆపహ
ఓం అమృతం వా ఆపహ ఓం అమృతం వా ఆపహ
అమృతస్యానంతరిత్యై
అమృతస్యానంతరిక్షై
నాప్సుమూత్రపురీషం కుర్యాతు
నాప్సుమూత్రపురీషం కుర్యాతు
నిష్ఠీవేతు
అనిష్ఠీవేతు
వివసనస్నాయాతు
వివసనస్నాయాతు
గుహ్యో వా ఏషోऽగ్నిః
గుహ్యో వా ఏషోऽగ్నిః
ఏతస్యాగ్నేరనతిదాహాయ
ఏతస్యాగ్నేరనతిదాహాయ
న పుష్కరపర్ణాని హిరణ్యం వాధితిష్ఠేతు
న పుష్కరపర్ణాని హిరణ్యం వాధితిస్థేతు న పుష్కరపర్ణాని హిరణ్యం వాధితిస్థేతు
అధితిష్ఠేత్ ఏతస్యాగ్నేరనభ్యారోహాయ
ఏతస్యాగ్నేరనభ్యారోహాయ
న కూర్మస్యాస్నీయాతు
నకూర్మస్యాస్నీయాతు
నోదకస్యాఘాతుకాన్యేన మోదకాని భవంతి
నోదకస్యాఘాతుకాన్యేన మోదకాని భవంతి నోదకస్యాఘాతుకాన్యేన మోదకాని భవంతి
అఘాతుకా ఆపః
అఘాతుకా ఆపః
ya etamagnim chinute.
य एतमग्निं चिनुते य एतमग्निं चिनुते
Ya ucchainam evam veda, ya ucchainam evam veda.
य उच्चैनमेवं वेद य उच्चैनमेदं वेद.
So now we have got to get to know what is this going on here. See, hitherto we have been trying to get the Palastruti and also the application of the Arunaketuka Agni and the benefits that we are going to get out of it, and all that we have got here. So here we are told that if at all tejas kamo yasas kamaha brahma varchasa kamaha swarga kamaschinvita. So anybody, it is said, it is promised that anybody in want of tejas, that is brilliance, and anybody in want of yasas, that is name and fame, and anybody in want of brahmavarchas, super brilliance, and anybody who wants to have a heaven, attainment of heaven, then he can get these perform Agni Ketuka Agni, I mean Aruna Ketuka Agni Homa, and that is what the scope for the fulfillment of all desires, and also consequently so many desires. And again we have been given caution that Varshati Nadhavet, and when raining is taking place, we should not run in the rain. Why? We should not run in the rain because we are given Amrutamba Apaha. You see, the water is of immortal importance. Water is really very much sacred, powerful, and at the same time useful. So whatever qualities are there attributed for immortality as such, that waters also. Mortal perishing, immortal not perishing. So amrutatvam means amruta. And moreover, amrutasya anantarityai. See, the ananta, see, we have to attain the infinite reward out of the water. Because with water is the A and Z of everything. So that's why Etasya Amra Anantaritya means because of the water, the nature of water is of high wonder. And Antaritya means might hinder. So there should not be any kind of hindrance for the Agni, because Agni is stationed in the that. That's why it is said Amrutasya Anantaritya. And not only that discipline, which that is one should not urinate in the waters. Napsu mutrapuri shankuriyat. Because this is what people do it, but especially at this instance, we are being taught that one should not do this mutra and purisha, these two have got to be not done. Because, and again another point is, you should not take bath having no cloth on your body. Vivasana snayat. And another important thing is, na nishtivet. One should not spit into the water. Na, because all these negative things have got not to be done in the water, because there is Agni inside the water secretly burned. Because that's why Esha Agni Guhyaha. The Agni is Guhya, and he is hidden inside that, and therefore the Arunaketu Agni remains secret and not visible inside the water. Therefore, if at all he were to prohibit, these are all prohibited violations, and when you observe that, what would happen to you? Etasyagne anatidahaya. So anatidahaya, you will not hurting the Agni Deva, staying inside the water. That is the fact. These rules do not mean, they have a lot of meaning, and there is a scientific significance before the statements, because water and fire, we are introduced that water and fire are mother and son relationship. That's why even apam garbha, see Agniಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ఏంటంటే apam garbha, she is the child of water. And in fact, the child of water, Agni, is also Rudra Bhagavan. And Rudra is known in Ghora and Aghora forms. Therefore, we have to be very cautious whenever we meddle with Rudra, whenever we meddle with Agni. Therefore, if you are doing like etasya Agni anabhyarohaya, and another important thing is that one should not na pushkara parnani hiranyamba adhitishtet. So one has to be pushkara parnani are the lotus. So in the altar, the lotus leaf and gold have got to be deposited. Adhitishtet means to be deposited, because that these are close to Agni. The pushkara parna and also the Hiranyam, they are both close to the Agni, and he lives in these two things. He lives, Agni is there in the Pushkara Parana, in the lotus leaf, and at the same time, and also in the lives in this, he lives in the Kurma. Etasya Agne Pushkara Parnani Hiranyam Vadhitishthed. And another important discipline that we have got to see is one should not eat the kurma. Endukante, why should you do that? Means avoid na abhyarohaya, anabhyarohaya. So, because he lives in each of these, and anyone were to step on these, it would be a matter of hurting Agni, and hence an offense. So, it is advised to avoid. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಅಗ್ನಿಗೆ ಅಪರಾಧ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಘಾತು ಅಗ್ನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಪಾಪಾన్ని చేయకూడదు, అన్‌ప్లెజెంట్‌నెస్ తీసుకోకూడదు. Therefore, it is said, ఏతస్య అగ్నేరనభ్యారోహాయ. And one more discipline is being forwarded by our rishis here, saying that na kurmasya asniyat. So, kurmasya asniyat, not the kurma, not anything belonging to the parts of the kata should be eaten. చిప్ప ఎవరు తినలేరు, కానీ చిప్ప లోపల దాక్కున్న భాగాలు తింటారేమో తెలియదు. We don't know the anatomy of the tortoise. I don't know. So, the tortoise is the only one animal which has got the power to withdraw and extend, stretch out, depending upon the circumstances and all that. So when I visited the temple, the Surya Bhagavan, Surya Narayana temple, Arthavelli, there was a park of tortoises there. So, Kurma, I'm sorry, in Kurma temple, Kurma Avataram, that's the first. So of all the animals eatable or edible for the man, Kurma is banned, but I don't know now the practice. But the Aruna Prashna tells now that never you should do, because nodakasya aghatukani modakani bhavanti. See, if you, as far as you will not hurt water, that will be a matter of respecting the waters very much, because the waters by nature aghatukaha apaha. Water does not harm anybody at all. Ghatuka is harming, hurting. Aghatuka is not hurting. Therefore, ya etam agnim chirute sa uchainam evam. So, anybody who just performs the Arunaketuka Agni and Upasaka, he will not be harmed by the waters and various water animals also. because he is dealing with the water, he is dealing with the kurma, he is dealing with the Pashkaraparnas, and because of the attention that he is giving to them, he will not be hurt. Because in fact, similar caution or protection has been given to us in earlier portions of Aruna Prashna, that Vaidjuto hinasti. So the Vidyut won't hurt people. And that kind of Vidyut is there. Vidyut is Agni, water is Agni. So double promise is being, I think, extended in this particular text here. Aghatuka apaha yaha agnim etam chinute saha uccha and evam Veda. So that you should know it. So this is really beautiful, that how much caution is being given to us uh, to not to touch the water product. And in fact, I remember now the tortoise in the Hampi, when I visited the Virupaksha temple, there is that Pushpagiri Swami temple, I mean, Matham. I happened to meet the Swamiji and all that. Just in front of the Devata Gruha of the temple, there was a small water pond. I mean, maybe it's artificial. And in in that water pond, I found small tortoise, adult tortoise, old tortoise, all of them moving inside the water. And another feature of the tortoise, it doesn't like always to be inside the water. Sometimes they crawl onto the ground and they rest and get the Suryatapa and become fresh, and then if they want, they go inside. So the kurma is a double-fledged animal. It can stay on the land and it can stay in the water. But there's one story also in Panchatantra, I believe, or Hitopadesha. Suddenly, a fox got hold of the tortoise and it was trying to bite, because tortoise, out of fear, reduced, I mean, withdrew all its limbs, head and legs and all that, and so only the shell was there. And the tortoise was trying, the fox was trying to break open, it was not able to. And afterwards, he talks to tortoise that, how is that I'm not able to break your back and open you and eat? Then the tortoise replies, no, no, you can't break my back because it is hard, but if you keep me inside the water, I become wet. And when I'm wet, it is easy for you to bite. Then the stupid fox allowed the tortoise, I mean, lifted the tortoise and put inside the water. The tortoise went inside the water, and it we sit inside the water, it is very strong. So that's how it is deceiving the fox. There's one more story about the tortoise, because it's interesting, because if you keep a tortoise in your house, it is a great sign of great fortune to all people. సో కూర్మాన్ని, తాబేలును, ఆ బొమ్మలు, తాబేలు బొమ్మ కానీ తాబేలు దేవత కానీ ఇంట్లో పెట్టుకుంటే దాని నుంచి పురోభివృద్ధి ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది అని మన శాస్త్రం చెప్తుంది. దేర్ ఫోర్ యూ ఫైండ్ ది కూర్మ అవతారం ఆఫ్ విచ్, ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ కూర్మ ఈజ్ ఫస్ట్ అవతార ఆఫ్ విష్ణు. మత్స్య కూర్మ సెకండ్ అవతార ఆఫ్ విష్ణు for the purpose of getting for the purpose of getting the
ಸಮುದ್ರ ಮಂಥನ ಸರ್.
hello.
ಸಮುದ್ರ ಮಂಥನ.
Yeah, exactly, because some phone call came. Oh, you are there. I was having
Yes, sir.
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Hello, namaste, Glal Saab. I'm quite well. I mean, my son's son. Can I talk? Hello, India. Hello, India. Yeah, thank you. So, The tortoise is an interesting subject, and in fact, one of my friends who did PhD in Atharva Veda, he has written the role of tortoise in the ritual. And that article, I think, were published in Veda Ganga, some volume, because he gave me a reprint of that, Dr. H.C. Patyal. Even now, probably it is the Google. If you Google, you may get it on tortoise. A good study of the nature of tortoise, especially in the Vedic rituals. So we are now talking about the Aruna Prashna in the Aranyaka time. There, it has been dictated, or an injunction has been given to us that one should not eat tortoise. Because I don't know, there will be reasons. Because of Kurma Avataram and anything one can eat, but not this. That's why we have the important time that, and moreover, tortoise is stronger in the Vapaha, and whether we are Aghatuka Apaha means we actually study properties of water in chemistry. But there we just start knowing that colorless, odorless, tasteless liquid. That's what we say. It's not like that, because in our ritual, in our practical experience, water is aghatuka in a sense that whatever taste the water has got is really helpful whether we are ill or well. No doctor will say don't drink water. He will give tablets only to go with the water and after water or before water or something like that. So here that is. But another interesting thing about this water is aghatukatvam. In Rameswaram, we have got 21 wells. And in 21 wells, we got the water taste little different. And in fact, when I visited Machilipatnam, there was one temple where there are again Rameswara temple, where there are 21 wells. And in Machilipatnam, somewhere we have taken. And then we just tasted the water from all 21 wells. So all the water had different taste, and but it was all very good. So I have to say the water itself is a very big subject, and water is not harmful so long it is under limitations and requirements and all that. So moreover, and water storage is done in the oceans, and oceans never mix. If you go to Kanyakumari, for example, there you see three oceans, but all the three oceans line demarcation compound wall tara ide, but no water of the other ocean and this ocean would merge. No, they always keep up their individuality and bordering, and but anyway, you see water and water. So water is aghatukaha. Always water will not accrue sin, rather it washes the sin away from us. That's why we in Aghamarshana Snanam, that is Aghamarshana Sukta, which you find in the Mahanarayana Upanishad, there the Varuna is the Varunopa Aghamarshanaha. Varuna Deva is the Aghamarshana. He just wipes away whatever sin or whatever contamination, whatever dirt that we have acquired. Sin is a dirt. Punyam is a cleaning, Subham. So all that is being removed. Because Nodakasya Aghatukani, we are not Aghatuka. You see, Aghatuka. See, Aghatuka means trying to hurt water. If you don't hurt water, then you will be doing good for the water. That's why water is a most important thing. And yaha agnim chinute etam uccha yaha enam evam Veda. So Apodevata Aradhana is such a noble one that we get a lot of benefits from the Apodevatas. And Apaha is also, that's why you see Janudagrim Uttaraveding Khatva apam purayitva pushkaraparnaihi. There you see, Hiranya, the very procedure of Arunaketuka Agni begins like this, because you have to dig a pit, small Vedi. I have seen that Aruna Prashna Homa in Ganesha temple in Girinagar, organized some time back, and I just witnessed some time because one of our Kendra students, Ramakrishna, took me there. And when I went there, I went on. So they had kept the Yajna Sambharas, the Pushkar Parnas, and a big pit. Then they had one tortoise inside the Gangalam, and so on and so forth. So looking at the Yajna Sambhara or Yajna Dravyas, I could imagine whatever has been mentioned for use in the Yajna, Aruna Ketaka Yajna, or otherwise called Aruna Prashna Homa, with the formulas, 32 formulas of the Aruna Prashna, ahutis are being offered, and we have conducted Aruna Homa also. Anyway, the point is Modakani Bhavanti. Modaka means enjoyable, sweet, and beneficial and benefactors. So Bhavanti, so Agnim Chinute, Agni Aradhana, Agni Adhana, Agnihotra, Agnikarya. Well, this is the first primary thing. That's why in Ajurveda syllabus, planning, especially Shukla Veda, after Darsa Purnamasa Yajna, we have got Agnihotra ceremony, Agnihotra formulas. After Agnihotra, we get Somayaga and Vajapeya and Rajasuya and all that. So I mean to say that the statements that you are finding in our prose, in our Saitri Aranyaka, have got a great background behind that and benefit behind it. Sahuchainam evam Veda. So it is very much important that Agni, Arunaketuka Agni Upasaka, he will not be harmed either by water or various water animals. అంటే నీళ్ళ నుంచి వాడికి ప్రొటెక్షన్ వస్తుంది. Because you don't know, people die in the waters, and people want to have their death in falling into the rivers and die. So water నుంచి something like to Prahlada. Prahlada's father, Hiranyakasipu, wanted to get rid of the Prahlada because he was promoting and propagating and establishing the Narayana Bhakti in place of Hiranyakasipu Bhakti. All people have been advised, as we know, that everybody must remember Hiranyakasipu, never Narayana. But things are different. His own son was a good enemy to him. Later on, you observe when Narasimha Swami asked, "What should I do for you?" Then Prahlada was not angry at all upon his father, who gave so much trouble and difficulty and torture. He said, "Oh Narasimha, please give my father moksham." So that is the son's positive idea towards the father. Vice versa also is true in normal circumstances. No father wants his son to suffer. No son wants to suffer the father. This is the text we have got. So aghatuka apaha ya etam agnim chinute ya uchainam evam Veda. Now we go to the, I think, now we go to the other important Sapta Vimsa Anuvaka, as you see. Why are we attaching ourselves to Vedic rituals is a good question. We actually, when we are born in a noble family or in rich family or in that, parents will take care of us. But parents cannot remain long time to care of us. We have to come to a stage when we should be eligible enough to take care of us, and also make the parents they become dependents on us, and we have to keep talking. So this kind of process is there in the life process. Therefore, it is said that we have to acquire more and more punyam. So yani punyani me bhadre tani uddharaya. So we make a prayer to Devi, the Gayatri, that Amma, whatever punyas that we have got, let that punyas be activated and be utilized and help me and others. In the same manner, here we have got in the passage. Now we go to Saptavimsa Anuvaka, where we have some more interference of the uh, gods, respective gods connected to Surya Aradhana. Aruna Prashna is only, Prashna is a section. Aruna is the god before he becomes a Surya or Aditya or whatever it is. Therefore, here we have got Aruna's, Aruna Aradhana, Aruna Bimba Aradhana. Only we can see him directly. And something like a small child, which is free from sin or cheating or anything like that. They are just clean, clear, pure minds. So the children, later on, as the child grows up, becomes more and more worldly and learns all unnecessary things and becomes a problem too. But strictly speaking, uh, we have to cudgel ourselves and shape ourselves out. See, when we are all born, we are raw. That rawness should be removed and culture, civilization, etc. to be given. That's why we are having the next Dipada Chapani Ashtakanam Upadhanam. So now we have come up to the Ishtakas. See, Ishtakas are there. Ishtakas are the bricks. And when we want to build the fire altar, we need a number of bricks and number of samidas, number of yajna sambharas. So, as a part of practical utility, we are now introduced to the Ishtaka. And this Ishtaka is a brick. Ishtaka is a brick, and ultimately, the Ishtaka is what you like most. That is, Ishtaka is always one selected. So every family, I don't know when from the Ishtadevata concept has crept into our Indian tradition, and all families, most of the families, Hindus, they have elected one Ishtadevata, and all other devatas becomes subsidiary devatas, but ultimately keeping the main Ishtadevata prominent and the other devatas are being invoked. That's why in Devata Archana, Ratna Simhasane, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ದೇವತಾರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ we have published that Devatarchana mantras in our Veda, in our Veda, Nada Veda Adhyayana Kendra publications, Vishnudeva, there is that Anushtana Manjari. And there we see that Indradi Lokapalakebhyo Namaha. So Indra and Lokapalakas ultimately are also being invited into the sacrifice or into the puja system. Then you have mention and invitation, special offer, VVIP. So, Rattesham Madhye, Rattasimhasane, Ishtadevatabhyo Namaha. Tesham Madhye, when there is a group of all kinds of gods are there who are invoked and present in that group, a special Samhasanam is there, Ratna Simhasanam. Upon that, we make the Ishtadevata sit. So, all that is called Ishtaka. And Upadhana is respecting, honoring, and Gauravan Chera. So, Ishtadevatas are important. And even in fact, you make a prayer to the Ishtakas, the prayers. And this is what is called Agni Chayana Yajna. And that Agni Chayana Yajna is being done. It's a big sacrifice. And large number of bricks are required, heights, and there's the measurement. Sulba Sutras, Srauta Sutras, etc. will be able to, Srauta Sutras, they will be able to explain us how the altar is being done and how many bricks are required and all those things. But it has been taken in Yajna, in Yajurveda. Anything that you take to use in the context of a sacrifice, they turn divine. They are all divine beings. Therefore, therefore, we have got to note about the Ishtadevata or Ishtakas. And another point is, if you perform the Arunaketu Agni, you are getting rid of different kinds of sins connected to the sex also. Because the sex life is important for all humans. And if it is one marries and then remains in the Grihastha pure, that is one kind of pure life. But there are people who are tempted, because woman is really a great creation by Paramatma. That's why Vivekananda says, Kenaisha Nirmita Nari Mahamohini anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. At one time he exclaims, looking at the woman's attractions and all that. So he says, Kenaisha Nirmita Nari Mahamohini. Nari anadu Mahamohini. How at all? Who did with all these things? Because of these things, people commit, and we are also going to get hold of knowledge regarding the objectionable women, for whose reason men are also doing a lot of commitments and sins, rather doshas in their own religious life, and that also is being marked out. Thereby, you understand, Aruna Prashna is something connected to moral science, is something connected to spiritual science, is something connected to many more aspects of knowledge required for the human life. Anyway, now let's read it. Chapandi. Om Imanu Kambhuvanasi Shadhema.
ॐ इमानुखं भुवनासीषधेम ॐ इमानुखं भुवनासीषधेम
Indrascha Vishve Cha Devaha.
इन्द्रश्च विश्वे च देवाः इन्द्रश्च विश्वे च देवाः
Yagnam Cha Naha Tanvam.
यज्ञं च नः तन्वं यज्ञं च नः तन्वं
So otherwise, if you clap this, it will be Nastanvam. Nastanvam. Nastanvam Cha Prajam Cha.
नस्तन्वं च प्रजां च नस्तन्वं च प्रजां च
Adityairindra Sahasisha
आदित्यैरिन्द्रसहसेषधातु आदित्यैरिन्द्रसहसेषधातु
Adityairindra Sagano Marudbihi.
आदित्यैरिन्द्रस आदित्यैरिन्द्रस्सगणो मरुद्भिः आदित्यैरिन्द्रस्सगणो मरुद्भिः
Asmakam Bhutva Vita.
अस्माकं भूत्वा विता अस्माकं भूत्वा विता
Tanunam.
तनूनां तनूनाम्
Aplavasva Praplavasva.
आप्लवस्व प्रप्लवस्व आप्लवस्व प्रप्लवस्व
Andi Bhava Jamahu. Andi Bhava Jamamuhu.
आण्ढीभव च मामुहुः आण्ढीभव च मामुहुः
Sukhadim Dukha Nidhanam.
खादीं दुःखनिधनां सुखादीं दुःखनिधनाम्
Pratimunchasva Swam Puram.
प्रतिमुञ्चस्व स्वां पुरम् प्रतिमुञ्चस्व स्वां पुरम्
So now you observe, it is Adityopasana. Aruna Prashna is Adityopasana. And we have been given the thought in our system, in our Vedic culture or Vedic religion or Vedic practices or Vedic all that, that no single God is capable, is all capable to do things. Because individually, he may be individually great and monitoring, but he commends the cooperation of any other gods, beginning from Indra and other associates or the Indra, other gods, thereby it's all gods come in cooperation, gods come in group, and gods will take care of the administration, protection, and rakshana of the world. So the world is the social order, the world order, and all that is being regulated because of the interference of so many gods. That's why you observe in Aditya Hridayam, Valmiki Maharshi beautifully has given the essence of the entire essence of the mythology, personality, power, influence, commitment, associateship, amity, friendship with the humans. Therefore, you observe the very first sentence of the Aditya Hridayam, ಮುನಿರಾಜ್ ಅವರೇ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ? ಅಥೋ ಯುದ್ಧ ಪರಿಶ್ರಾಂತಂ ಸಮರೇ ಚಿಂತೆಯ ಸ್ಥಿತಂ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ದೈವತೈಶ್ಚ ಸಮಾಗಮ್ಯ ದ್ರಷ್ಟುಮಭ್ಯಾಗತೋರಣಂ ಉಪಗಮ್ಯ ಬ್ರವೀದ್ರಾಮಂ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯೋ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಋಷಿ. ಇದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯೋ ಭಗವಾನ್, ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯ is nobody but is a Bhagavan. There is no Bhagavan other than, because Agastya Maharshi is simply great. In fact, our Vasan tried to present a paper on Agastya in our annual day celebrations. I have been asking him to put down all those ideas in a write-up forum, so that whatever knowledge he has connected with Agastya. Actually, Agastya is Agatya. Aga is sin, Tya is Tyaga. So a Rishi who has made Tyaga of sins. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಪಾಪವನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್. ಮಹಾಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಲಿಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಪಾಪಸ್ಯ ಪುಣ್ಯಸ್ಯ ಫಲಮಿಚ್ಛಂತಿ ಪುಣ್ಯಂ ನೇಚ್ಛಂತಿ ಮಾನವಾಹ ನ ಪಾಪ ಫಲಮಿಚ್ಛಂತಿ ಪಾಪಂ ಕುರ್ವಂತಿ ಯತ್ನತಃ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಪುಣ್ಯಸ್ಯ ಫಲಮಿಚ್ಛಂತಿ, everybody wants the result or the phalam of whatever punya is there. Na punyam icchanti. They don't want to do any punyam. Dhanam, damana, shanti. Nobody wants to do that. That's why. But papasya phalam nechanti. They don't want to undergo the punishment and all that out of their own commitments and doings and sins. But ಪಾಪಂ ಪಾಪಸ್ಯ ಫಲಮಿಚ್ಛಂತಿ ಪಾಪಂ ಕುರ್ವಂತಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ತರಹ ವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ದೈವತೈಶ್ಚ ಸಮಾಗಮ್ಯ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ಮೀಟ್ ಟು ಸಿ ರಾಮ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ವರೀಡ್, ಯುದ್ಧ ಪರಿಶ್ರಾಂತಃ. ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಟಯರ್ಡ್, ಫೆಟೀಗ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ರಾವಣ. ರಾವಣ ಈಸ್ ಅ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ, ರಾಮ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮಾನವ. So, Manava Shakti and Rakshasa Shakti are incomparable, because Rakshasas are Kuta Yogina. As the darkness, as the negativity increases, they become stronger. Therefore, ರಾಕ್ಷಸರಿಗೆ ರೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಟೈಮ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದರೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಕಾಲ. ಎಮರ್ಜೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹತ್ರನಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೋದು. ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ರಾಮ ರಾವಣ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿ 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 ವಾಸ್ ಟಯರ್ಡ್. ದೆನ್ ಅಗಸ್ತ್ಯ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ melting point. That was the penultimate point where Ravana has been brought into the war, because Brahmadeva gave a clue. Ravana cannot be killed at any cost, at any other place, but only in the war. Yuddhe Ravanam hantum sakyam. ಮಾನವಾಹ ವಾನರಾಹ ಏವ ತಥಾ ಕರ್তুಂ ಶಕ್ಯತೆ. So this is what is the clue that Brahmadeva gave to Vishnu when all gods were worried at the intensity and enhancement of that. So here my point is ಆದಿತ್ಯೈಹಿ ಇಂದ್ರಃ ಸಗಣೋ ಮರುದ್ಭಿಃ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಏನು? ಇಂದ್ರಶ್ಚ ವಿಶ್ವೇ ಚ ದೇವಾಃ ಯಜ್ಞಂ ಚ ನಃ ತನ್ವಂ ಚ ಪ್ರಜಾಂ ಚ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಆದಿತ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಆದಿತ್ಯ ಭಗವಂತನ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂದ್ರ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ and Vishwe Devaha also are there. So we have got three kinds of devas. Devaha, Sarve Devaha, Vishwe Devaha. So ಈ Vishwe Devaha andre there is nothing accepted in Vishwa Sabdam. That's why in Vishnu Sahasranamam you get that Vishwam Vishnu. So Vishnu yarappa andre Vishwam is itself Vishnu. You are the family and family is you. Like that identity, you are the universe and universe is your. And as you create, so things appear. ಯಾವೈ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಸಾವೈ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀರೋ ಆ ವಸ್ತು ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ಕಲರ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಆ ವಸ್ತು ಆ ಕಲರಲ್ಲೇ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಸೇ ವಿಶ್ವೇಚ ದೇವಾಹ. 12 ಲಿಂಗ ಜ್ಯೋತಿರ್ಲಿಂಗಗಳಿದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ? ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರ ಲಿಂಗ ದರ್ಶನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಶಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಾಶಿಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಗಾನ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಶಿವಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಮಾನುಕಂ ಭುವನಂ ಭುವನ ಆಶಿಷಾದೇಮ. ಸೊ ಇಮಾನುಕಂ ಭುವನ ಆಶಿಶೇಷ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ have got to work here with devotion to Aruna Ketuka Agni. And why? In order to cause a peace. See, ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶ್ವಶಾಂತಿ ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ದೇವತೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ವಿ ಸೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹಿಮಾನುಕಂ ಭವನ ಆಶಿಷೇಮ. ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಅವ್ರು ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂದ್ರ, ದೇವಾಹ, ವಿಶ್ವೇ ದೇವಾಹ ಚ. ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದರ್ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ಚ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಚಮೆ 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 ಅಂತೇಳುವ ಅಗ್ನಿಶ್ಚಮ ಇಂದ್ರಶ್ಚಮೆ. ಈ ಚಮಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿಶ್ಚಮ ಇಂದ್ರಶ್ಚಮೆ, ಸೂರ್ಯಶ್ಚಮ ಇಂದ್ರಶ್ಚಮೆ, ಸವಿತಾ ಚ ಮಹೀಂದ್ರಶ್ಚಮೆ, ಬೃಹಸ್ಪತಿಶ್ಚ ಮಹೀಂದ್ರಶ್ಚಮೆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಆ ಪ್ಯಾಸೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, 27 times 27 deities are invoked, and along with each deity Indra is clubbed. Therefore Indra has been invited for 27 times, whereby Indra cannot say I am busy, I have some other engagement. No. When you are performing Rudrabhisheka, when you are done that, and when you are doing that, when you say Chamakam, when you are submitting your list of desires which are universal, and then you see all of them to come. Therefore here, and not only Vishvecha Devaha Indra Asishidema, and Yagnam Tanvam Prajam cha ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವ ಯಜ್ಞವನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಜ್ಞ ವಿಘ್ನ, ಯಜ್ಞ ಧ್ವಂಸ ಆಗಬಾರದು, ಯಜ್ಞ ವಿಘ್ನ ಆಗಬಾರದು. ಸೊ ಯಜ್ಞಧ್ವಾಂತ ರಾಟ್ ಯಜ್ಞವನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿನಾಯಕನು ತುಂಬ ಗ್ರೇಟ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ವೇರ್ ಈ ವಿಘ್ನೇಶ್ವರನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಅವನ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ತುತಿಯಿಂದ. ಐ ಅಗೇನ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ವಿಘ್ನಾಟವಿ ಹವ್ಯ and Vigna Yagnatavi Havyavat. He is a destroyer for the Vignas that come in while performance. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ವಿಘ್ನ ಮಾಡೋರು ತುಂಬ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಜ್ಞ ವಿಘ್ನಕರಾಹ ಸಂತಿ ಬಹವಃ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಡಿಸ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಯು. ನಾನು ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಬೇಡ, ಥಿಯೇಟ್ರ್ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತಾರೆ. No, we have got to have a determined mind. ವೇದಾಂತ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ನಿಶ್ಚಯ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರಗಳನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಶರೀರ ಮಾದ್ಯಂಕರು ಧರ್ಮ ಸಾಧನಂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಶರೀರ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಧವಾದ ಧರ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು, ಧರ್ಮ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಬೆಡ್, ನಥಿಂಗ್. ಮೈಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲಾಟ್. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ಇದ್ರೇನೆ ಯಜ್ಞಯಾಗಾದಿ ಕೃತಗಳು, ಪರೋಪಕಾರ ಇಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನೋದು ಹಾಳಾಗಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಗೋವಿಂದ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಋಷಿಗಳು ಏನು ಪಾಠ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸೋತ್ಸಾಹ ಪರಿಮಿತಿ ಗಾವಹ ದಕ್ಷಿಣಾಂ ದದ್ಯಾತ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೋತ್ಸಾಹ ಪರಿಮಿತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಂದ ನಾವು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಆದಿತ್ಯ ಇಂದ್ರ ಸಹ ಶೀರ್ಷಧಾತು. ಸೊ ಇಂದ್ರ, ಆದಿತ್ಯ must be in cooperation with Indra, because Indra is the king of all. Indra ಜ್ಯೇಷ್ಠ ಅಸ್ಮಾನವಂತು ದೇವಾ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳೇನು ಸಂಹಿತೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಇಂದ್ರನನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಫೋರ್ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಯಜ್ಞವನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. Because keep at the forefront. And Indra is again Agni. Agnenaya Subhadharaye Asman. So Agni, Indra, Rudra, ellaru kuda, they're all the emanations of the highest energy. ಆ ಪರಾಶಕ್ತಿ ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅನುಗ್ರಹದಿಂದ ಅಂಥದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದಿಶಕ್ತಿ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಬ್ಸರ್ವಿಯಂಟ್ to before the feet of Adishakti Swarupini Amma Lalita. That's exactly what is being established by Acharya Sankara in Saundar Lahari or Sivananda Lahari. Even Shiva, Lord Shiva also is subservient to Maharani, Sri Mata, Maharagni and Simhasaneshwari. So Adityai Indra Sagano Marudbhihi. ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಸ್ಮಾಕಂ ಅವಿತಾತನೂನಾಂ ಭೂತ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಗೆಸ್ಚರ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ನೇಚರ್ ದಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಗಾಡ್ಸ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಪಿಕ್ ಅಪ್? They must only have the commitment to protect the Yajna and Yajna Yajamana and Yajna Purushas and Yajna attendees and all people, lokas. Therefore, basically, Aditya Bhagavan should determine in his mind that whoever are doing Aradhana of Aditya, they should be promoted. So Tanunam Avita Bhutva, see Asmakam Bhutva, Namma Asmakam means ours. So Namma Sariragalannu, Tanu andre open for growth. Balya, Kaumara, Yavana ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾರ್ಧಕ್ಯ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಶರೀರದ ಪರಿಣತಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ನಮ್ಮ ತನು ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಜಾಯತೆ, ಪರಿಣಮತೆ, ವರ್ಧತೆ, ಮ್ರಿಯತೆ ಚ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್, ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆರ್ಜಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೈಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿರುವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ತನುಸ್ಸು. ತನೂನಾಂ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಗ್ನಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೆಸರು? ತನೂನಾಂ ಪಾತ್ ಅಂತ ಆಪ್ರಿ ಸೂಕ್ತದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಹೆಸರುಗಳಿದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಹೆಸರುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿ, ಅರುಣಕೇತುಕ ಅಗ್ನಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಆದಿತ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಇಂದ್ರನಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೆಸರು ಅಂದರೆ ತನೂನಪಾತ್. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರಗಳನ್ನು ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಅಗ್ನಿದೇವನು ತುಂಬ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲವಸ್ವ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಸರ್ಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಆ ಪ್ಲವಸ್ವ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಪ್ಲವಸ್ವ. ಪ್ರಶೇಷೇಣ, ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರಶೇಷೇಣ ಅಂದರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಪ್ಲವಸ್ವ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಸಮಂತಾತ್, ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ಸ್, ನೂಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ಸ್, ನಾಟ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು ಅಂತ, ಆಂಡಿ ಭವಜಂ ಅಮುಂ ಆಹುಹು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರವರ್ ಈ ಅರುಣಕೇತುಗ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಎಂಥವನು ಅಂದರೆ ಸುಖಾದೀಂ ದುಃಖ ನಿಧನಾಂ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ದುಃಖವನ್ನು, ವಿಷಾದವನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಖವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವುದು. ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ? ದುಃಖ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್. ಯಾರ್ದು? ಅದು ವಿಷಾದ ಯೋಗೋ ನಾಮ ಪ್ರಥಮೋ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ. ಅಂಥ ವಿಷಾದವನ್ನು 17 ಯೋಗ ಡಿಸ್ಕೋರ್ಸಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸಿಂದ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಭಗವಂತ ಅವನನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅರ್ಜುನ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ನಷ್ಟೋ ಮೋಹ 10 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಮೋಹ ಹೊರಟೋಗತ್ತೆ ಅರ್ಜುನನಿಗೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇನ್ 11th ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಐ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈ ಮೋಹಂ, ಮೋಹ ನಷ್ಟ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ ಮೋಹ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕು ಉತ್ಸಾಹ, ಅದು 18th ಚಾಪ್ಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೋ ಮೋಹ ಸ್ಮೃತಿ ಲಬ್ಧ, ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮನ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸುಖಾದೀಂ ದುಃಖ ನಿಧನಾಂ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜರ್ನಿ ಯಾವತ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ದುಃಖ ನಾಶ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಸುಖ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಾಟರ್ಡೇ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅರುಣ ಪ್ರಶ್ನ, ಐ ಲವ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಗೋವಿಂದ್ ಎದಾರವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, he liked it too much, the Govind. And now that some other people are learning and teaching also, where they try to get hold of the meaning. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಬರೀ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಒಂದು ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಅಂತರ್ಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆದರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅರುಣ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಓದಬೇಕು, ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಭಾನುವಾರ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೋಮ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಅರುಣ ಪ್ರಶ್ನದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಸುಖ. ಸುಖ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ದುಃಖ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ದುಃಖ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸುಖ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹಿಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಆನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್, the sukham, the dukkham disappears. Therefore, that's why in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is that Yagnavalkya Maharshi says that dukkasyantam. So dukkada anta is when our Atma gets embracing the Vishwatma, that's what is the end of the dukkha ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Anyway, I can, so anyway, we come to note down the Upadhana mantras of Ishtakas are ultimately are to grant us Sukha and destroy the Dukkha. Om Swasti.
ॐ स्वस्ति ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु श्रीवेदपुरुषाशीर्वादोऽस्तु ॐ तत्सत्